Hey, I'm Brian. I've been a new dad 3 times, and every time I stayed quiet about the hardest questions. If you're in year 1 right now, just know it's okay to open up. I'm doing that here, week by week, so you don't have to go through this alone. So, when did I realize I'm the adult now? It seems surreal almost how you could have this little baby just enter in your life, and now you're a father, right? You're a man. Um, I'm not sure when a boy becomes a man, to be honest with you. I think it has more to do with experience than age. And for me, there's this one traumatic experience that made me realize like I'm the one with the control now. I'm the one with the responsibility. I'm the um, I'm the man of the household, and the story centers around human feces. Or poo, right? For a lack of a better word, poo poo, as my kids call it. But my story starts with growing up, I was always disgusted with poo, and it became such a problem that my mom would have to wipe my bum bum after every bowel movement. She, I'd do my business and then I'd call her name from up on the second floor. I remember, and she'd come up and she'd splash me a little, wipe my bum bum, and off we went, right? And that meant I never pooed at school up until I want to say like grade 3 or 4. And yeah, eventually I grew out of that, but yeah, it's quite funny in hindsight, or in retrospect, but yeah, I was in grade 4, and my mom still had to wipe my bum bum. And then fast forward to week 4 with my firstborn, uh, and I'll never forget my first blowout diaper. I don't think any father forgets their first blowout diaper. For me, I think by week 4 the poo was a bit more liquidy, so it wasn't that mucus like slime like goop that you have during the first few weeks. It's a bit more fluid, and my first blowout diaper was not a great one. I remember it was all over his shirt, right? So when it runs up the back of the onesie, so that usually entails obviously first taking off the diaper and then taking off the onesie, and at that point I'm not as wise as I am now. Now I know how to take the onesie down from the bottom, but I took it off from the top, and then the poo went all over my son's head, and then I still got the diaper on the side because I never closed it off properly because I was panicking. And then I don't know about you, but babies love to grasp that diaper that you just taken off of them, right? And so keep it far away. It would be my tip. And now he's got poo on his hands, and I haven't even cleaned his back yet, and there's poo on the diaper mat, and it's just poo everywhere, right? And at that point, I just had to give the baby a bath. So I called my wife for some reinforcements, and I wiped as much of the poo off, and she took him for a bath, and I dealt with the damage, right? A lot of disinfectant spray, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess, but I learned 2 valuable tips from that day. One is when you take off a diaper with poo in it, try to keep it far away from the baby's grasp. And also, if there's poo on the back of the onesie, best to take the onesie down from the bottom, right? Put his hands in and bring it down from the bottom so there's no poo that gets on the head. But back then I'd never seen something like that before. And it was in that moment, and I'm sure you're gonna have a moment where, something your mom used to do for you, that you're now doing for your child. And I think that was the moment I became the adult, right? That was my turning point where, my mom had long stopped wiping my bum bum, but now I was the one wiping my son's bum bum. And yeah, life moves fast, right? Life moves fast. But that's what makes it so special, right? That's the progression of life that you know that's the initiation. You're gonna get that initiation. Hopefully it doesn't deal with poo, but that imagery of that blowout was so vivid and so disastrous that I'll never forget it. And when someone asks, when did I actually feel like I became the adult, the dad, the father, I'll always pinpoint to that moment, because there was nobody else anymore. Nobody else to take care of me. It was just me and my son, and it makes you realize now that the power's all with you, right? You have all the autonomy now to raise your child and raise them to be the best version of them they can be. And yeah, so from that moment forward, things just had a bit more weight to them. I just took things a bit more serious. It was no longer a game, right? And we all have that moment where we feel like the adults, and sometimes it doesn't happen right away. So, once that euphoria and that joy wears off and the work begins and the mistakes happen, and my case, it was a blowout, and that stuff happens, you're the man now. You're the father. Go be the dad that they want you to be, or that they need you to be.